Welcome, fellow watch lovers. Today we're looking at the St. Martin SN0109. It is a GMT homage. Take a look at the specifications of the piece. We have a matte black dial, white indices and hands with a red GMT. We have the snowflake hand, and we have the square on both the GMT hand as well as the second hand. The indice, we have an applied logo, so that adds a little bit of depth. We have a two-tone aluminum bezel insert, top portion being dark blue and the bottom being red. We have a top hat crystal, and you can see it sort of has a little bit of kind of the beveled edge there that comes out. I think it looks really nice. Adds a little bit to the vintage vibe, which you also get from the aluminum bezel insert. 316L stainless steel case. I like the fact that we are brushed on the top or brushed on the sides, other than Bracelet has polishing on the sides. And we have that high polish chamfer that's done to a very nice standard on the top. Crown is signed with the St. Martin hex logo that you'll also find on the clasp. And we have a 24-click bidirectional bezel, which this obviously is unique to the GMT function, and also something you don't usually find even in lower price point watches, because they don't actually end up doing a 24 or 48-click bidirectional bezel insert. But this one is there, and it is actually excellent. It feels good and accurate, and each click feels like it kind of snaps into place. We do have a date window, which you hope to expect on a GMT, and this has the Seiko SN34 GMT movement in it. It's a fairly new movement that is rather similar to the NH34, but the NH34 as the GMT function, as well as the extra slot on the hands to get a fourth hand. The brush bracelet is very, very comfortable. It does not have on the fly adjustment, but it does have 4 micro adjustment holes, which hopefully is adequate for setting this to be a little loose so that it can give you a little breathing room in the summertime when your wrist expands. I found that I was able to get a very nice fit on this, therefore do not have any real concerns about this not having the new on the fly adjustment. But if they end up offering one that's compatible with this model, I certainly may consider it down the road. You've seen these clasps many times before. They feel very solid. Certainly some of the best clasps. They're not noisy like some other budget clasps are, and they just feel very well made overall. We have female end links for a nice fit on the wrist. Get into the measurements here, as I think this is among the highlights of the piece. So we have a little bit over 40 millimeters on the case, thickness about 13 millimeters in our lug measurement, and then these are good for a 20 millimeter replacement, and then tapers down to 16, and then back up to about 18 and a half without the pushers. Size for my 7.5 inch wrist, 145 grams. If you're looking for a affordable GMT watch with an automatic movement in it, and you like snowflake hands and sort of the vintage aesthetic of the aluminum bezel insert, it's hard to look past this one as it being the real option on the market. It really has a excellent appearance and value at the price point, given the movement and just the general build quality of San Martin. Give you some idea on the size here is that I think the Homage brands have the opportunity to improve upon the original, certainly not in the movement area at the price point, but in terms of the aesthetics of it, I think that making the case slightly smaller than the original, both in diameter as well as thickness, is a major plus to this piece over the original, which I think was a little bit too big and chunky. And next to the SN007, you can see it is a larger piece. Next to the SN017, you can get the idea there because a lot of people would have a watch that's kind of like this. This is a 40.5 inch, 40.5 millimeter bezel on this one. And the Pelagos Homage, I fit mine a little bit loose to allow my wrist to expand, and I think it fits and feels excellent. A little too close to the camera to actually bend my wrist like you would naturally here, so I apologize about that, but I do think it looks and feels very good. If you're looking to pick up this piece, I do have a link in the description. It costs the same as buying it on your own without that. It just gives the channel a slight commission, and is certainly appreciated because all of these purchases are coming out of my own pocket. I hope the look has been valuable to you, and if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe to the channel.